Hood postman, city, hood, click. You know the way. Let's go.
Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray with y'all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you a bill. Lock the door.
Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Welcome to the Mailroom. You come in, take a look at your mind, examine what's in your heart. This is not a glorification nor is it glamorization. It's always the education. You can go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lives, but you come right here and get the truth. Before they had handguns, they had handguns. Man up. Get on the bus and let me take you to school. I am the bus driver. Let's get on the bus. Let's go to school, folks. Shout out to Marlena Williams, Postmaster General Yashua Keith, RDL. What's good with you? What, man, who else is in here? John, what's going on? Keith, True Floridian, what's going on? What's going on? And my guy, Johnny Sullivan, what's good with you, champ? How's it going? Good to see you guys. Good to be sharing time and space. Once again, we here to talk about it, guys, because the YouTube streets is once again is acting up. The YouTube streets once again is acting up. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's more of a failure on our people than it is on the Adam 22 guy. He's just merely following a formality that's been around for quite some time. And you know, him being part of that system is just kind of like sold into his DNA. You know, Joe Jumper is the most disrespectful podcast for numerous of reasons. It is a microcosm. First of all, let me say this. There used to be a show called, Howard Stern and Tom Likas. They were like the two most powerful shows in the country that were syndicated, that did daytime shows, and it was radio. So what we have now, we have went from radio to satellite radio to now podcasts. Podcasts seem to be ruling the YouTube streets, the streaming, and everything. Everything is like moving. So prior to that, we had Tom Likas and Howard Stern. Howard Stern created this power network where he had Robin Quivers, Fred Norris, Baba Booey, and he made all of them millionaires by being a part of his shenanigans and everything, Fart Man and all the different people they would bring in that would be exploited and would do a thing, but did some powerful, powerful interviews. I mean, he interviewed the top of the top when it came to celebrities. Adam 22 is a microcosm of that, and the reason why I say that, because Howard Stern, he created what was called the Whack Pack. The Whack Pack was a bunch of guys that came around. It was Beetlejuice, Bigfoot, Hank the Drunken Dwarf, Asian Pete, Ash Napkin Ed, what's the other guy, the other girl, Marianne, and all these different people that would become part of this show. Same thing, kind of like we see going on with the Adam 22 No Jumper, right? Same thing. Just follow me on this, guys. I want you to follow me on this. This stuff is very important. We would see these people that come on the Howard Stern, and it wouldn't be years later till they actually would put video to it. We would hear it on the radio. But now that we get a visual of it, then they have this one girl, they call her Debbie the Calm Lady. Debbie the Calm Lady. I got to put that to Adam 22's wife. The plug. Because here's the thing, guys. Any man that's willing to exploit his wife, the mother of his child, in the way that he has done, by putting her with the guy named Jason Love, who is a big figure in the porn industry, and he pounded out for the world to see. And only thing he was interested, Adam was interested in his numbers, his likes, and subscribes, right? So coming back to Howard Stern put people in power to make millions. I don't know that happening over at Adam 22. And I'm going to give you some of the things that you will be able to go back and in retrospect and understand why I say what I say. The No Jumper podcast is bug breaking, chicanery, and disrespectful. Chicanery is a financial gain by trickery. Buck breaking has to do with slavery, where they would take big bucks and break them, and they would actually just go. Because we see the sexual innuendos that plays out on the No Jumper. He sex plays everybody at some point. And let's get it from the beginning. When AD and T-Rail fell out here, he didn't ask them their opinion. He just brought on a white supremacist onto the show. These are people that he actually worked with, but by him being the master, by him being the owner, he didn't have to consort with them about it. So he brought it, and they was highly offended by it. Highly offended. Then we get another case. We get Crip Mac, who's interviewing, and then he bring on the gay Hoover. And him and Crip Mac is sitting, and Crip Mac is carrying himself like an authentic old English cut-off pants with knee-high socks and chucks on, Crip guy with a rag. Very offensive, very disrespectful for what his culture was and what he was about. Adam 22 set all that up. When D.W. Flame, and I don't know if D.W. Flame was a part of that, how that happened, but he reached over and asked Brick Baby, let me get one of them naps. So all the same, I'm thinking that all this stuff is even to the degree where Adam 22 had a person from the LBGQ community come sit on his lap on the show. And when the man got up, he smelled his knee. And you're not understanding that is exploitation. That is disrespectful. And you're not seeing that. You're not acknowledging that fact. And you've seen all this, and you choose to still go on that show. It's because the people that go on the Adam 22 show, the No Jumper, want to be famous, and they don't have no money. So it's interesting that Howard Stern called all his misfits, the Beetlejuice, the Hank the Drunken Dwarf, the Debbie the Calm Lady, Beetlejuice, of course, Bigfoot, Ash Napkin Ed, and Pete, Asian Pete, and there was others. He called them the Whack Pack, Crip Mac, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, Poetic Flacco. Poetic Flacco has disrespect Noah moves and keyways on so many levels. Then you got Wack himself. Now, if you can't see the comparisons, or you don't see the disrespect, and you can't, in your mind, fathom or collect your thoughts to the degree that where you understand exactly what I'm laying out here, then you may have to go reevaluate who you are as a black person. Because you may not be black at all. You may be Negropean. You may have a black complexion, but your mindset is European. Therefore, you're gonna deflect, defend, and you're gonna help him, aid in the bed and assist him in everything he's doing. Because you're part of the meritorious malmunitions where you protect white property, protect white wealth, create something for them to make money. And in return, they somehow, some point, grant you freedom. Free reign to be part of the Adam 22 show, the No Jumper. We have seen people go up there and get robbed. We have seen people get beat. We have seen gunshots up there. We have seen numerous occasions where situations played out there that wasn't there. And just the other day, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I don't know who this 607 guy is. He's playing some type of weird character. That's not for California. Because we're serious over here. We take things very serious. So shout out to Ronald Green. We take things very serious in California. We know if you come from gang, one of the things you learn as a gang member is do not horseplay. There's no horse playing and there's no sexual playing. That's both Damu and Kiwi. But yet they go on the Adam 22 show and allow it to play out because, again, they want to be famous and not rich. So the difference between Adam 22 and Howard Stern made all the people that are associated to his show and attached to his show, he made them all millionaires. And even the people that he called the Whack Pack have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank accounts. So Adam 22 with that little weak show over there, he got numbers. I can't deny that. He got a lot of visual. He got a lot of people looking at it because most of the people coming on there is making an ass of themselves. Adam is an uncanny person. He is strange, which is both familiar and alien to the personality. And sometimes he has this white supremacist ideology. It seeps out, and he can't help himself because he think in his mind that he's superior to those who come over there. Just look up the word chicanery, CHICANERY, chicanery. Look up that word. It is going to be financial gain by trickery or political or something to an advancement, right? This is what he does on this show, guys. And it's black exploitation and it's disrespectful. Now, when that man jumped up and said what he said on Adam 22, I want you to just let me just play the clip so we can just get right to this stuff and we can dig right into it, because I'm not here to play with no Adam 22. I don't need to go to his show. Because each one of those, whether it's Munchie B, whether it's Full Extras, whether it's Crip Mac, whether it's Young Ant Hefe or DW, any one of them people, all of them are multi-talented. They have the ability to do whatever they need to do. They do not need to associate or attach themselves to the No Jumper show. They just don't. Because No Jumper is about exploitation. No Jumper Anybody that's willing to put their wife out there like that, you got to ask yourself a very important question. If he's willing to do his wife like that, and you are a complete stranger walking on a platform to come be part of this podcast, and you don't know that the tricks and the trade of the tools and the things that he used to outmaneuver you and place you in an uncompromising position, I understand. I already said that it ain't his fault, bro. Why are you repeating something that I already said? What I'm trying to tell you is stop these Negroes from going on there, because he's following what is called protocol within the greater white society that believe that they are in charge and you're inferior. It is a cycle, philosophical, biblical, or spiritual and intellectual enslavement that has three ends: underestimate, undervalue, and marginalize black culture, black ideas, because he's an idea colonizer. He's a content colonizer. If you go back to the Howard Stern, the Debbie the Calm lady, who calls themselves that? Unless they're there for the exploitation. But what Howard did, that's different from this guy. Howard paid them handsomely. He paid them well. He paid them well. So fair exchange is no robbery. But for you to go to No Jumper and all you get is to be on camera with 1 million followers or subscribers, that's all you get from it? You're not getting a $10,000 or $20,000 check? Everybody is little Brad. Everybody is content column. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because if you don't understand that the black man and the black woman are the only human beings on the earth, let's understand that a little bit. Secondly, we do not have Neanderthal DNA. That means we are the originators, the architects, and the creators of complex kingdoms and architecture. So the content is ours. We created the culture. Everything that you see in there, from the language to the swag to the fashion to the music to the everything about United States is black culture. We just don't own it. But I understand if you don't read and you don't write and you don't go into you're just telling me what you feel. And not telling me what you know, then I understand. I don't hold you accountable for that. I understand that maybe you need to do a little more research, because here's the thing: through physics, mathematics, science, chemistry, biology is where our heads need to be. Because those 5 subjects was in physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology, and science. That is what makes this whole thing work. In Hotep, the father of medicine, other kings were the created the math. We created the alphabet. We created the mathematics. I like mathematics because the mathematics don't have no opinion. Mathematics it can only give you facts. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. It's just no second answer to that. But I get it, little man. I get what you're trying to say. Shout out to Italian mulatto, Italian Prada mulatto. Hey, girl, what's going on? I'll call you after we get off. So what I'm trying to tell you, little bit, don't just look at the surface of it. And I understand that we can't hold Adam fully accountable, but we can hold the individuals that keep going on and perpetuating the cycle. that I talked about, the psycho-philosophical, biblical, spiritual, and intellectual enslavement. They gave you a Bible when they told you it was against the law to read, right? And you accepted that. See, I come on here with vigor. I come on here with our with righteous indignation because of the things that I know, the things that I study, the things that I understand, and the things and the philosophies that I have ran across, and I have seen what they have did to marginalize our people. I'm only here to help, correct, teach. Because history is medicine for a sick mind, which in the history is a variety of human experience we could teach and learn from. That's it. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to undermine you, exploit you. I understand that it's harder to pull somebody up than it's easy to pull them down. Easy to pull people down. It is quite hard to pull them up. I understand that, but we got to do it. Let me get to the content. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go.
Listen. I'm Hoover slide remover.
What?
Hoover slide remover.
Hey, bro, watch your mouth,
bro.
Oh,
I forgot.
You forgot what?
I forgot. I didn't know you was blooding. I forgot, gang. That's what I'm mama.
No, don't let this content shit go.
No, I forgot you was blooding. Listen, I forgot you was blooding for real.
You gotta watch out.
No, I thought he was blooding. I forgot he was blooding. I didn't know he was no blood. I don't want to get my ass.
Yeah, but you shouldn't say that even if he's not around.
No,
that's a bad one.
Hey, bro. See, people let these characters go too far, bro.
Yeah, I apologize. I said sorry. It was an accident. On real shit, no content. But that's when you give me the character.
How did anybody not know that Munchie B is not a blood? He say it on every podcast. Every time he's ever been on the air, he's always let you know that he's on the red side when it comes to the colors. I love Munchie B. I think that he's a necessary part of what podcasting should be. Young Ann Heffray, the same thing. I spoke with him. I spoke with Munchie. I even been on the phone with 4Extra. I talked to ODM Slim. I talked to Compton Rick Rock. I talked to Spider-Lo. I talked to everybody. But what I will not do is compromise any of those individuals with somebody that is outside our culture for no reason. I'm not going to get on there and go argue with nobody. I'm not going to get on there because it's not going to make me feel good. It's not going to make me feel better. It's not going to make my life go greater. It's not going to do any of that. None of the stuff that is happening on No Jumper is going to help Black people. It's just not. It's going to further send you down what is called a rabbit hole. And if they continue to follow that guy and be a part of that, then it is what it is. Again, that chicanery, that's what it is. It's exploitation, man, for financial gain. He said, man, and he play you at some point. He's going to play you at some point, guys. Here's the thing, guys. Let me say this. I prioritize myself in leadership before I manage tasks. I prioritize myself in leadership before I manage tasks. I manage my energy before I react. I take a moment to connect with my pace, which sets my tone. I think that's very important. You got to do that. My choices shape my direction. Because if I don't let my choices shape my direction, then my direction is wrong. I'm going in the wrong direction. And I don't require external permission to live in alignment with my true self. I don't need none of that. I don't need nothing outside of me besides whatever the creator has already given or whatever the creator has already provided. All I got to do is stick my head in the 5 sciences that I just explained to you. And I will begin to understand, I will begin to figure, I will begin to cultivate. Because it's just, I redesign my DNA and I master soul lessons. And I have cultivated space for the abundant to flow that you now see. And I know maybe that go with somebody here. Maybe you could relate to that. Maybe you could comprehend that. I don't know. But I have to explain it in the way that I explain it. Now, if you need a further breakdown, maybe we can have some talks outside of this YouTube, and then we can get some one-on-one person-to-person calls or something like that, and then I can give you, and give it more. But I trust my own clarity. That's what I'm trying to get. I trust my own clarity, and I master this dimension. I think that's very important that I mastered this dimension, because there's one time my mind was stuck and corrupted by street stuff. I value things based on streets. The streets are undefeated. The streets does not have remorse. The streets doesn't care. The streets don't even have concern. So by me being in this dimension, I have to practice it. You know what I mean? I got to practice it. I got to become it, necessary. In other words, be good to yourself, and be good to good people. I can't explain it no better than that. Be good to yourself, and be good to good people. That pretty much sums it all up right there. There's no other way to describe it. But if anybody who goes on and feel like that no jumper is going to put them in the stratosphere of life, or put them in the best position, we saw the good, what's a guy named J. Reed, and the guy that was with him, we saw them getting beat in the alley behind the No Jumper podcast. And people tried to pretend like they didn't know what was going on and anything. So now we see Crip Mac has went to jail from being part of that. S-Bone has come up unalived in Sacramento, went on the No Jumper. T-Rail and AD was fired because they rejected the ideology of the white supremacy, and they didn't like the fact that Adam undermined them to bring them on and didn't collectively speak with them about interviewing a white supremacist. DW Flame and his brother got up off of there. Shout out to them. They did the right thing because it wasn't going good, and they figured it out. And all the other people, Co-Extra, he has been to jail back and forth countless times, because of the camera and everything that's associated with being a part of that No Jumper spirit. And I'm not saying that all these people are doing anything wrong. What I'm saying is that they don't see the master. It's like Roman Greco times, Julius Caesar, when he want all his gladiators down into the arena and he want to see them battling out. That poetic Fonco, I could kick his drawers up his behind. Here's a guy, here's a black guy from, what is it, South Dakota, North Dakota? Know absolutely nothing about this. But he has been able to go to the internet and probably do a Google search. He has been chat GPT and all this different stuff. And he has come up and he's talking to Wag, he's talking to other Odium Slim, he's talking to other independent people, and he's been able to bring some strings, some things there. And he speaks relatively pretty good. He has the right phrase, he has good word play, he has all that. So he's able to come off kind of like he's intelligent. but at the same time, he's no good. Not for you guys. That's the way you come from, and the struggles and the trauma and the things that your life has been associated and attached to. All the drive-bys and walk-bys and beat downs and DPs and put-offs and all that. Now you got the guy that's I guess put together the little Hawk. I was in the county jail with Big Hawk, Hawk and Sherlock. They was from 9-4 Hoover. I think Hawk might have passed away. But anyway, I was in the Crip module with them. He was a good dude. Knew that karate, he knew his arts and stuff. But anyway, I don't know anything about Little Hawk, but I'm sure he probably either related or was somebody close to Hawk, the original Hawk from 9-4 Hoover. So now you got people, and then why did the guys need to go to the internet and say, oh yeah, it's a DP coming or whatever? I mean, you guys could have kept that to yourself. Everybody don't need to know that. What is it that gang banging is on the internet now? You want to gang bang to the internet? It's not done in this secret way. You guys are trying to legalize gang banging or something? Because you're doing it on an open forum and in the public? Has gang banging, am I missing something? Has gang banging become legal? Somebody please answer that for me. Let me see what the comments are. Has gang banging become legal? Mike Marks, have gang banging become legal? Help me out. Let me see. Look at my other phone. Look at some of the comments. Yeah, he said that on purpose, Keith. He did. What's up, Henry? Have gang. King, what's going on? Nobody should even be going on any of those shows, podcasts whatsoever, if not promoting their music. Exactly. That is the sole purpose on it, bro. That is the purpose. Promoting your music, promoting your talent, promoting your craft. But all this, this gossip and talking about who started the gossip stuff? Who started that? Who is the individual that started going on gossiping about individuals that they knew absolutely nothing about? Or something they heard, or somebody might have sent them some paperwork. Stop. Mike says time we stop giving them the light when they don't react to what they have to come up. The script. Yeah, you're right. And most of the out-of-towners, you're right, Ron, they do think that No Jumper represent LA. That is mind-boggling. Let's see, what does John say? Gang banging has become what? Blogs. Yeah, gang banging has become fashion. Did you see that the Hood Dave? Yeah, that's crazy. Did you see the Hood Day vlogs, man? Yeah, I've been seeing it. That is crazy, bro. Why is that so important? Why is that so important that, the world already know who you are? The Crips and Bloods are the most sought after people on the planet. They know you're in Africa. They know you're in France. They know you're in Germany. They know you're in Vietnam. They know you're in Russia. They know you in Alaska. They know you everywhere. And guess who make all the money off of it? Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg markets Crippin' in such a good way that he makes millions. G-Rock, what's that? Snoop Dogg, let's be honest, has marketed gangbanging in a way and commercialized it to where it is so cool to see Snoop Dogg dressed up in a blue rag suit, smoking a blunt, talking that talk. I am not mad at him. I am not. He did what he had to do. He saw the lane and he took it. He is the face of it. Regardless of what anybody else may want to believe about it, you got to at least take an honest look at who is the face of gangbanging. Snoop Dogg. He was at the Olympics. That's a world stage. He's been in London. He's been in Paris. And he's always sticking to the D-O-double-G. Yeah, man. You're right, RDL. You're right. That's the crazy part of it, man. But how you guys been enjoying the let's see, I can't hear it. Game banging became nothing but a whole bunch of people trying to yeah, you're right, backdoor each other. You're right. I had to take my time because the words be so little. I had to take my time reading. My eyes is not that great these days. I apologize for that. But it is Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm here to share the wisdom. And also, I'm here to argue down below if that's necessary. If that's what we have to do in order for me to get black people, Negroes, I mean, I'm going to call them Negroes. You guys are very forward. Most of you guys that come to my channel are forward thinkers. You guys are intelligent. You guys are motivated by other things than surface stuff. You're not easily manipulated or fooled by individuals that jump on these platforms and say, that guy, that 607 guy, he's a fool. But he's a fool in a way that knows how to make money by being foolish. But that's always been. There's always been court jesters, clowns, jugglers. Those people have always been around. He just happened to be one of the people to be in a position to be the court jester, the clown, or the juggler. It's becoming watered down, Beach Boy. I think it's a flood now. It ain't even water no more. It is a typhoon. That's it. It just, it's just amazing. But what do you guys think about the Sparks interview? I mean, it's like 6 parts. It's so easy to interview someone like Sparks, who's a very, very, very real, red individual and has a wealth of information and accumulation of life to where he can express it and put it out there to a way that you guys like really, really get something from it. And it's not, some people take things in the wrong context, and because when I talked about the brief moment that the Pyros was actually saying something about Pyro, it's not deficient, it's not less than, it doesn't make you look any way different. I understand you don't like it, but this just was a brief moment. You guys figured it out. Came up out of there, because here's the thing, what I give the Pyros, you are an original gang from Compton. You wasn't persuaded or pushed around by the LA Crips to be something that you didn't want to be. That's powerful. You got to look at it in those terms versus somebody saying that, yeah, I was Crips for a week or two, or whatever. Don't worry about that. Look at the fact that you didn't bend, you didn't stand down, you didn't cower, you stood up and say, hey, I'm not no Crip. I'm a Pyro street boy from Compton. Original. 2 original gangs. To us US boys and the Pyros. That's it. I tip my hat off to them for that. They withstood it, which it wasn't very easy to do, mind you. But who is this guy? Who is this guy, this 6'7" Unk? Where is he from? Where is he from? Chicago or Illinois or somewhere? Where is he from, guys? Where is he actually from? Time without it being polluted. We need a new platform now for artists in our region to showcase their talent without it being polluted. I agree with you, bro. I believe with you, Ali. I totally agree. Where's Yeshua? You still in there, Yeshua? On youngster, you still in there? What's up, Monique? How you doing? Monique in the house, y'all. Shorty McGriff. March Barney Madness. He's from St. Louis. Okay, he's from St. Louis. Okay, he is from St. Louis, which is a different culture, right? I think they do got Damos and Keyways down there, but still, I think they got the BDs and GDs down there as well. So they got a melting pot of culture down there, you know. I still don't get, you know, why he do what he do. You know, it's kind of like, it's antics, you know. I guess everybody got their own way, right? It's original. Oh, Joe Biden Jr. Who that is Joe Biden Jr.? It's crazy. I'm glad I got this other device where I can see what y'all saying over there, because y'all be saying some stuff in there. Oh, he say fruity. He say he fruity. Hey, but listen, the No Jumper podcast is fruity. It got sexual innuendos happening all the time. Just listen to sometimes just really listen to Adam when he's doing stuff. He will sex play them dudes, you know. And he sex play them in such a sneaky way, you know. It's crazy. Monique said Kelly needs to chill out. They wear orange rags. What is that, Mike? But then the St. Louis dudes is clicked up, 6 dudes kitchen, clicked up with the 6 dudes wear orange rags down there. Interesting. There's a movie called Talk to Me. This was Henry saying. True story about a radio disc jockey named, I was going to mention Petey Green. Because Petey Green, I meant to mention him earlier because when I was doing this Howard Stern, Petey Green was like our version of what we went to for our, you know, it's just like during my time when the Watts Ride, there was a guy named, I think his name was Early Allen. He said, "Burn, baby, burn." They fired him for that because he was on the radio saying, "Burn, baby, burn." That was his, you know, that was his staple. That was his mark. That's his go-to. When the whole Watts in L.A. and Compton was on fire, he was on the radio saying, "Burn, Montague." His name was Montague. That was his name, Montague. Montague was on the radio saying, "Burn, baby, burn." Yeah, that was a moment in time. But yeah, Petey Green, I'm familiar with Petey Green. I'm familiar with him. I'm saying whenever it's better to chill out on the politics. You're right. Midwest politics. Mike says Midwest politics. So this guy, obviously, I'm sure that No Jumper is paying his fee to get on a plane to come to California and sit on the podcast and put that performance down. But how did he not know that Munchie B? Let's play it again. How did he not know that Munchie B? Everybody knows that, right?
Listen. I'm Hoover slide remover.
What?
Hoover slide remover.
Hey, bro, watch your mouth.
Bro. I forgot.
You forgot what?
I forgot. I didn't know you was blooding. I forgot, gang. That's what I'm mama.
No, don't let this content shit go.
No, I forgot you was blooding. Listen, I forgot you was blooding for real.
You gotta watch out.
No, I thought he was blooding. I forgot he was blooding. I didn't know he was no blood. I don't want to get my ass.
Yeah, but you shouldn't say that even if he's not around.
No.
That's a bad one.
Hey, bro. See, people let these characters go too far, bro.
I apologize. I said sorry. It was an accident. On real shit, no content. But that's when you give me the character.
I see. See, for him to say that, like he said that, he said, Hoover Hoover, then he used the S word, remover. That's late 70s, early 80s. Where did he get that from? Look at this, Marlena. I don't know if you can see that. Can you guys see that? You number one, Marlena. Henry, you number 5. Mike 4. Monique 3. RDL 2. I appreciate you guys. They just put you guys in. I don't know how they did that. I just was looking at it. True Floridian, you in there. Let's see. Ronald, you in there too. All you guys are in there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. But for him to say that like that, guys, I'm telling you, that's not a new term. That's an old term. So he knew what he was doing when he said it. Because that's not nothing they say today. That ain't even nothing they said in the 90s. I think they were saying it like late 70s, early 80s. Before they became criminals. You know what I mean? He said Hoover Hoover. Then he used the S word, remover. Before then, they was just saying Hoover Hoover, rule remover. And then when the this word changed, because they was Roosters rules, it was called Roosters rules, and then the S word, which I hate that word. I hate that word. And so if you look at it in chronological time, yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly. He wanted that viral moment. That's what he was going for. He was going for the viral moment. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. So yeah, Ronald, he had to go study that in order for him to get that, to understand and even say that. Yeah, they are just entertainers, so just treat them as such. Just treat it as such. Hmm. What do that mean? I was number one at first. That's right. That's right, RDL. It just was saying fans, as far as fans. That's all. If you haven't already done so, right? It do at least, at the very least, it helps if you press the thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, at the very least, it helps if you press the thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, would you please do it now? I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, so that guy definitely, yeah, that guy definitely never heard. Yeah. That's an old term, Marlena. That's why you never heard it. It's an old term. It's not nothing said in today's circles. So for him to know to say that, he did some type of study or research, or somebody told him about it, or they could have planted the seed and then he just took it from there. But who could have done that? You know? And why did he pick Munchie B to do that? Because he could have said said to Aunt Hefe, yeah. I'm a crab remover or whatever, you know. What's up, JC? That's, you know, this stuff. This stuff is getting more confusing than it is understandable or legible because everybody, Marlo has spoken. What's happening, man? Let me see what you said. I think he knew the machine, the Munchie was of blood, but wanted to see what he would do and if he could get away with it. Yeah, he knew Munchie was of blood. Everybody knows that. It's not no secret. Munchie gonna let you know that every opportunity you get. What did you say, Mom? Mom Duke said, Hoover Groover, Crip Remover. She's standing right here. No, I was never a Hoover Groover, Crip Remover. It was never that. That would be later. What the original term was Hoover Rule Remover. Because at the time they was Crips. They was Crips before they was anything. So I don't know at what point they might have said that. But yeah, the original term was Hoover Rule Remover. And then it expanded from there as the dis words changed. So then the S word encompassed all the bloods, but the rule remover was specifically pointed at the Pyros. Yeah, the B is in his name. The thing is why Adam always seemed to come up. Let's see, what he say? Come up with these over the top characters represent. That's the crazy part. That's what I'm saying. He's invested in that. Right on. Yeah. The T word and Hefe would have went. Yeah, he would have flashed. I guarantee you, Ant wouldn't have let that pass. No, he knew not to even bring that to Ant. I already know that. I know because Ant know the politics too well. He got away with Munchie because Munchie is a handicap. Munchie can't see, so it's only so much Munchie can do. Now, if Munchie would have had one of his homeboys there, then that would have made them both responsible, you know. But yeah, that was, I'm just saying, I'm not saying what they should have done or not done, but I just still think it was done on purpose. Yeah, you're right, RDL. You're right. You're just not. It don't make. It's nonsensical, right? It's nonsensical to claim a place that you ain't never been. It makes no sense at all. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, we can only, do what we do over here, and at the same time, we don't allow it to impact us or have us to react in a way that is not gentleman or ladylike. This is not what we do over here. Slime Ball TV. I was at them set it up. That's why 607 had the blue rag. It was set up. I believe you right, Slime Ball. I think I would say that this is not what we do over here. I would say that is way more closer to the truth than anything. It was a prop, it was a setup, and Adam 22 orchestrated it, bro. Because that's what he do. That's what he do. Any man that sets his wife up to go lay up with a dude. And once again, if I go back to my earlier statement when I talked about Howard Stern had Robin Quivers, he had Fred Norris, he had Baba Booey, right? That is part of the Howard Stern show. He made all of those guys millionaires. And true enough, he exploited them. But they all rich millionaires, right? And then he turned around and bought in what was called the Whack Pack. That's the angry drunken dwarf, the Mary Ann, ass napkin Pete, Asian Pete, ass napkin Ed, Bigfoot, Beetlejuice, and what's the other lady name? The calm lady, Debbie the calm lady, which I compared to Lena the Plug. So if you go look at all, and then Howard Stern has elevated, because he's all the major top celebrities. Howard Stern has interviewed them, and he always asks them the toughest questions. But this is radio, and back during the Petey Green era, right? Petey Green was great at that too. So he asked them the toughest questions. This is radio. So radio evolved into Sirius XM, satellite radio. And now we're in the age of podcasts. So now we actually get a visual, and we can't leave out Tom Likas. Tom Likas and Howard Stern were the shock jocks. He would flashlight. Tom Likas had Flashlight Friday, where if you flash your lights at a girl, they would show you their tits. He did all the truck drivers. I remember because I was a truck driver doing that. This is like, let's see, what was it? 98. Yeah, 98. Flashlight Friday. You flash your lights at a girl, and they pull up, show you their tits. So yeah, they were the shock jocks, right? So Adam 22 is like a microcosm of that, because Howard Stern had all the hookers, he had the hoes, he had the clowns, the derelicts, the misfits, the snitches. He had Henry, the guy on what was the guy named Henry, the guy that told on the Goodfellas. He used to be on Howard Stern all the time. He was a snitch. Howard Stern interviewed him, so he had all the elements. He had the snitches, he had the murderers, he had the clowns, the jesters, the misfits, and the hoes and the gays. He had them all on his show, every last one. So Adam 22 is a microcosm of that. But anyway, I hope you guys appreciate this podcast and appreciate this knowledge and me opening up and just giving my, what to say. I seen Howard Stern literally embrace his interview. Yes. Remember, he came out as Fart Man. Adam 22 is coming out as this dude, this sexual dude, you know what I mean, with behind the scenes with Lana the Plug, right? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, I'm here to inform, educate, and remove doubt. That's what I'm here for. I don't want to be getting into this thing where I'm giving you my feelings, because I think the other guy earlier, he was definitely giving feelings, and he didn't necessarily knew Adams or Cluck. Yeah, they got them too. Yeah, but anyway, he didn't necessarily probably understand that I actually read and write. I'm not just giving you certain great contents, folks, man. I appreciate you, Slime Bob. No, good looking out that you was able to pick that out as well, Slime Bob. You actually, you took the time. That's why I say I love the people that come over on this channel and come over here that is very thoughtful, that is, you guys use your mind, and you guys don't just let things that people say on the surface like, oh, wait a minute, man, I don't believe that. You guys don't just like listen, like all the people that go to Clubhouse and listen to Wack say whatever he says, and they just run with it. No, we don't do that over here. But anyway, I am Professor Mel the Hood Postman. Don't mind me. Peace and family. Peace to you too, man. Don't mind me just watching. But church movement. Go ahead and lock that door. Yeah, lock it. Marlena, lock the door. We go.
Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a
What's the
Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Reach for the low.
Lock the door. We are gone.